Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programas offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nossos programas oferecem vários idiomas. Acesse suprememastertv.com/schedule.
For Yeshua, Lord Jesus Christ, came into the world that all things might return to their root. He came to release man from bondage to death and to set every creature free before God. Please watch on for touching stories from Lord Jesus, Yeshua's life, according to the Essene Humane Gospel of Christ.
Bon dia, loving viewers. I'm Angelo. Bon dia is hello in Catalan, an official language of the Balearic Islands. The lively Balearic people send you positive vibes and encouragement for your spiritual practice. May you always be in the divine's glory. The Essenes were an ancient spiritual group with origins in Judaism. They lived thousands of years ago in the deserts, along the Dead Sea and in parts of Judea. The Essenes practiced meditation, were vegetarians, and lived a strictly pure lifestyle. Lord Jesus Christ, also known as Lord Yeshua, was born into the Essene Brotherhood, and the Essenes wrote detailed accounts about the beloved Master's life and teachings. One of these texts, whose fragments have fortunately been preserved, is called the Essene Humane Gospel of Christ. Humaneness, especially toward the meek animals, was an absolute hallmark of Lord Yeshua, as we discover time and time again in this fascinating gospel. Today, we'll read a selection near the beginning of the Essene Humane Gospel of Christ. In the following passage, Saint Joseph expresses his joy of expecting the birth of his son, Lord Yeshua, Jesus Christ, who is divinely appointed to restore peace on earth for all humans and animals. The prophecy of earth being transformed into an Edenic paradise. And Joseph, Jeshua's father, spoke these words: "Blessed be the true God of our fathers and our mothers in Israel. For in the acceptable time thou hast surely heard my voice, and in the day of salvation hast thou always helped me. For did not thou say, I will preserve thy holy seed, and make with thee a covenant of the people to renew the face of the earth, and return everything back to its root, and to cause the desolate places to be rescued from the very hands of those doing the spoiling. For thou hast promised to restore Eden over the face of the earth, and give peace and joy unto all the creatures, that thou mayest say to the captives, Go ye forth and be set free, even as ye were born free, and to them that live in darkness, because of fear, thou sayest, Show yourselves in the light of day, and be ye not afraid any more. For they, one and all, shall again feed in the ways of pleasantness only. For thy people at that time shall no more hunt, nor worry the creatures with fear of hunger, for all shall be fed and satisfied, which I have made to rejoice before my eyes. Nay, nor shall any hunger or thirst any more, neither shall the heat of day smite them, nor the cold of night destroy them. And none shall be weary or restless, for all shall be at peace with one another, under the Father-Mother God of eternity. Therefore, sing ye holy angels in the heavens, and rejoice thou earthly man. O ye deserts, break forth with righteous song, for truly thou, O God, dost comfort thy people and all thy creatures, and surely console them that have suffered wrong. Joshua sets free the captive birds. And on a certain day, the child, Joshua, Jesus, came to a place where a trap was set for the capture of birds. And there were boys there, awaiting their capture. And Joshua, seeing them, said unto them, Who hath set the snare for the innocent creatures of God? Behold, in a like manner shall they be caught without mercy or thoughtfulness. Lo, this God gives to man. And Joshua beheld 12 sparrows as they were dead, and he moved his hands over them, and revived them, and said to them, Go, fly away in freedom, and while ye live, remember me. And the onlooking Jews, seeing this, were astonished, and went off, and told it unto the priests. And many wonders were beheld wherever the child journeyed, and flowers were seen to spring up beneath his very feet from barren rocky soil of all. And those that looked on stood in awe of him, and were amazed, for never were such wonders seen. For it was as if God himself were walking upon the earth, and all of nature sought after him, so as to worship his very presence. And all the holy creations were moved and impressed by his glory and understanding. For all living things seemed to sense him as something holy and sacred. Yea, even wild animals were subdued at the mere sight of him, or the sound of his voice. For nothing trembled nor was afraid of him. Even the timidest of creatures approached him without fear or hesitation, seeking the peace he alone seemed to offer and contain. For Joshua came unto the world that all things might return to their roots. He came to release man from bondage to death, and to set every creature free before God. Thus Joshua would suffer a fleshly death for the sons and daughters of man, for upholding the purest motive of love. Fallen man had abused the love of God, and forsook his holy love for the commands and false doctrines of men and devils. Great was the coming mission of the Christ, and few understand the wisdom of it. Joshua was the perfect example of humane love on earth. As a man, he would excel in all things before God, as the spiritual Christ. Joshua knew and understood the wisdom of the law, and it was written of him, He came to renew the holy law and teach its true meaning among men and angels. And it came to pass that Yeshua, Jesus, returned into Egypt to the Holy Brotherhood, and was further instructed in truth and wisdom, as Moses was before him. And there did Joshua meditate and fast in the desert sanctuary, praying and obtaining the miraculous power of the holy name, by which name he worked many wonders and taught much wisdom of holy things. And for 7 years Joshua, in the fleshly body of man, conversed with God, the eternal all, as if face to face. For while in the spirit Joshua did know of all that is holy and pure, but now in the flesh did he experience all natures, and the beauty of life, and of the living creatures of God. And Joshua experienced the language of birds, and of animals, and even the fishes of the sea, and the healing powers of trees, and of herbs, and grass, and of flowers, and also the purifying power of water, and the hidden secrets of precious stones, in relation to all the creations of the earth. Small things to great things did Joshua come to know and understand in a great way. Thus in Joshua the man were all things revealed by God, as all things were revealed unto him before he came. For there remained nothing hidden unto him, whether it be times and seasons of the sun, and the moon, and the stars in their appointed times and places, or the powers of the sacred letters and mysteries of the square and the circle, and the transmutation of things, and of forms, and of numbers, and of signs. Yea, Joshua, Jesus, did understand every law of nature, both visible and invisible to man. Even the very secrets of the eons did he discern and know. So it was that there remained nothing hidden to his mind, for all the natural decrees of God were manifested in him and through him, making the silent to be heard and the darkness light. For all the light of the holy law was in him, he being in God's rest from the very beginning of time, even unto his birth as a holy child unto the Christ. And Joshua was perfect, he being the law made flesh upon earth, to bear testimony to truth from above, that many would know of the Father's love and gentleness and true nature. And in time Joshua ended his stay with his brothers and sisters of the Holy Way in Egypt, and returned to Nazareth to visit his parents. And while there he was approved as rabbi in Jerusalem, instructing many in the holy things of God, even in the temple, without interference. Righteous viewers, we thank you for your kind presence on today's Words of Wisdom. Please tune in again tomorrow for the second part of From the Essene Humane Gospel of Christ, Peace and Safety for All God's Creatures. Coming up next is Celebrating Cinema, the 72nd Cannes Film Festival, Part 2 of 5. Right after noteworthy news. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television for more uplifting programming. May your innate sense of virtue justice, and truth help restore paradise on earth in God's almighty love.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/WOW.